Now that we have learned the secret, practiced the drills, and felt the turning point, it's time to stop watching and start speaking. Theory alone will never give you fluency. Action is the only way forward. And right now, we are going to put Drill C, the quick micro stories, into practice. Here's what you're going to do. Look around your room. Pick any object you see: a chair, a cup, a book, or even your light switch. Focus on it. For the next 30 seconds, you will speak out loud non-stop about that object. I want you to describe everything you notice: its color, its shape, how you use it, even a small memory connected to it. Do not translate in your head. Do not pause to find the perfect word. Keep speaking. Imagine a timer counting down 30 seconds. Your voice is your power. Let it be heard. Ready? Let's go. 30 seconds. Speak non-stop. Look at your object. Describe it. Color, size, texture, function. Say it all. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about mistakes. Push through that moment when your mind goes silent. The translator wants to stop you. Ignore it. Keep speaking. 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Take a breath. How did that feel? If you managed to speak without translating, congratulations. You just experienced real momentum. You bypassed the mental gatekeeper that slows down almost everyone. Your brain and your mouth worked together as a team. Let's do it one more time. Now thinking about your future actions. For the next 30 seconds, speak about what I must do immediately after this video ends. Think forward. Plan your steps. Speak them aloud. Don't stop. If you run out of words, repeat your last sentence and continue. This is training your mind to think and speak in English without pause. 15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Feel that. That is the power of momentum. That is the unleashing of your inner fluency. This is how confidence grows. This is how your brain learns to speak English naturally. Now, before you leave this video, I want you to do one more thing. Type one complete sentence in the comments, exactly as you spoke it during this exercise. Don't translate it. Don't correct it. Just share it. This small step is your commitment. It is the first real proof that you are moving from learning English to living English. Remember, fluency is not about knowing every word or perfect grammar. Fluency is about momentum, confidence, and consistent practice. Every time you speak like this, your brain builds new pathways. The translator becomes silent. Your English flows naturally. This is your moment. Don't wait. Speak, commit, share, and feel the unstoppable momentum of your English fluency building, second by second. Hey, can I tell you something? Do you know what happened the first time I tried to speak English? My heart was beating so fast, it felt like a clock gone wild inside my chest. My hands were cold, my tongue froze, and the words, they just wouldn't come out. Everyone kept saying, just practice, it'll get better. But no one ever told me where to start. Maybe you're standing in that same place right now, confused, scared, tired of feeling stuck, tired of pretending to understand. But listen to me, you can do this. I promise you can. And no, you don't need to spend hours studying or memorize boring grammar rules. You just need small habits. Tiny daily actions that start changing everything. The real problem isn't that you don't know English. The real problem is you're scared to speak. You think too much before every word. You try to make every sentence perfect, and in that overthinking, your confidence disappears. I've been there. I know that feeling when your mind screams in English, but your mouth stays silent. So today, let's change that. Let's start with something so simple, so real, that you'll feel progress by tonight. I'm going to share 10 hacks that changed the way I speak, but for now, just two small steps that can open the door to your fluency. The first one, I call it the one-word swap. You see, most people make the mistake of waiting until they can speak full sentences, but you don't need that. You just need one word, a single, real, living word to begin with. Someone asks you, "How are you?" Don't freeze. Don't overthink. Just say, "Good," or "Fine," or even "All right." That's it. One simple word. When you drink tea, whisper to yourself, "Tea." When you look at the sun, say "Sunny." When you sit down, say "Tired." It's that easy. These tiny English sparks train your brain to switch naturally. It's like dipping your toes into the water before you learn to swim. You don't jump in all at once. You feel the water first. One word, one emotion, one moment. That's how you start building fluency. Think about it. When a child learns to speak, do they start with full sentences? No, they start with single words. Mama, play, water. You see, that's nature's method. You just forgot it along the way. So here's your first promise. Every day, pick 5 simple English words and use them in your daily life. Speak them, think them, whisper them. Don't care about grammar. Don't care about mistakes. Just feel the sound of the word, how it rolls off your tongue. That's where confidence begins. Not in perfection, but in motion. Now, the second hack, and I love this one. I call it microscripts. Forget about long speeches or complicated grammar. Just imagine short life scenes and create tiny English lines for them. You're walking to the store. Say, "I'm going to buy milk." You're picking up your phone. Say, "Let me check." You're feeling sleepy. Say, "I'm tired." You see what's happening? You're no longer translating from your native language. You're thinking in English. These small, natural sentences connect your daily life with the language. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a class. The world around you becomes your classroom. I want to give you a small challenge right now. After this video, think of 3 moments from your day, maybe waking up, talking to someone, or eating something. For each of those moments, make one short English line, like, "I'm awake now. Let's eat. It's delicious." And for the next 3 days, just say these lines out loud whenever those moments happen. Don't worry about sounding funny. Don't worry if someone looks at you weird, because soon, your brain will start to think in English automatically. And that, my friend, is the point where fluency begins. Not when you memorize, but when you feel. Fluency isn't magic. It's not talent. It's consistency. It's showing up every day, doing the small, quiet things that no one sees, but that slowly change everything inside you. And yes, you will make mistakes. I still make them. But here's the secret. I don't stop when I make a mistake. I smile. I keep talking. I keep moving. Because fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being fearless. So if your tongue slips, laugh. If you forget a word, replace it. If someone corrects you, thank them. But never, ever stop. The moment you stop worrying about mistakes, your English will start flowing like water, smooth, free, natural. Right now, you've learned 2 simple but powerful hacks. One word swap and microscripts. Try them today, not tomorrow. You'll feel it, that small spark of confidence, when you say even one English word without thinking twice. And remember, this is only the beginning. You've just opened the door. The real transformation happens when you walk through it. In the next part, I'll share 2 more daily habits, a little unusual, maybe even a little crazy, but trust me, they work. They'll teach your brain to think, dream, and respond in English like never before. So, when you walk away from this video, don't think, I'll start later. Say it right now. With me, I can speak. Say it again. Louder this time. I can speak, because you already have. That one word, that one whisper, that one moment, that's where it begins. And yes, I know what you're thinking. I'll look weird talking to myself. But hey, who cares? Everyone's already talking to their phones these days. You're just doing it smarter. I'll tell you something personal. When I was learning English, I used to walk around my house pretending I was in an interview. I'd say things like, "Thank you for having me," or "That's a great question." I'd smile, gesture, speak, and laugh, all alone. My family thought I was losing it. But guess what? After a few weeks, speaking English felt natural. Because I wasn't just learning, I was living it. That's what I want for you. To live English, not study it. So here's your mini challenge for this week. Every day, take one situation from your life, eating breakfast, calling a friend, shopping, whatever, and act it out in English for 1 minute. Speak, gesture, feel it. Imagine you're in that scene. At first, you'll feel shy, maybe even silly, but the second, third, and fourth time, you'll start smiling because it starts to feel real. And when language feels real, that's when it sticks. Do you know what happens after a few days of this? Your brain starts waiting for these moments. It craves that 1 minute of English. You'll be walking to the store, and suddenly a thought pops up in English. I need to buy some bread. You didn't plan it. It just came. That's fluency being born inside your head, quietly, naturally, without pressure. And I know sometimes you'll get tired. You'll think, is this even working? Trust me, it is. You just can't see it yet. It's like planting a seed. The first few days, nothing appears on the surface. But deep under the ground, roots are growing strong. That's what you're doing right now, growing roots. So don't stop. Not now. Not after coming this far. You're building something that will stay with you for life. Let me tell you something. One day, you'll be speaking English, maybe with a friend, maybe with a stranger, and suddenly you'll realize you didn't translate. You didn't pause. You just spoke naturally, effortlessly, and that day, you'll remember this moment, the day you started building the habit. So right now, take a deep breath, close your eyes for a second. Imagine yourself walking confidently, speaking clearly, smiling as you talk in English. Feel that version of you, calm, fluent, free. That version already exists inside you. You're just bringing it out, one habit at a time. And as we move forward, things are about to get even more exciting. Because in the next part, I'll show you how to make your English sound natural, not robotic, not stiff, but real, alive, full of rhythm and personality. You've started thinking in English. You've started living it. Now it's time to sound like it. So stay with me. The best part is just beginning. Now it's time to sound like it. You've started thinking in English, living it, breathing it. But now we're going to make your English sound alive, real, natural, not robotic, not memorized, not like you're reading a script, but like you're having a conversation with a friend. Because fluency isn't just about words, it's about music. Every language has a rhythm, a flow, a heartbeat. English has its own soft melody. Sometimes it rises with excitement. Sometimes it drops in calm. Sometimes it pauses to let emotion breathe. And once you learn to feel that rhythm, your English will start to sound effortlessly beautiful. So let's begin with Hack 5, 1 sentence, reflection. Every night, before you sleep, I want you to do something very small, but incredibly powerful. Just say 1 sentence in English about your day. That's it. You can say it out loud, or whisper it to yourself. Maybe something like, today was a good day, or I felt nervous, but I tried, or I learned something new, and I'm proud. It doesn't matter if it's simple. What matters is it's yours. You see, reflection is how your brain remembers. When you end your day in English, you're not just practicing words, you're connecting language to your life. You're building a bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. When I started doing this, I didn't even realize how deeply it was changing me. Every night, I'd close my eyes and whisper something small. I'm tired, but I'm growing. And slowly, those sentences started turning into stories, emotions, confidence. You'll feel it too, that soft sense of calm, that quiet victory at the end of the day. Because it's not just about English anymore. It's about expression. It's about being able to say what you feel in a new language and realizing, wow, I can actually do this. So tonight, when you lie down, before you close your eyes, say something, anything in English, even if it's just good night. I'm happy. You'll sleep a little prouder. Now, let's move to something I call Hack 6, sound copying. This one will change your tone forever. Have you ever noticed how native speakers sound smooth? How their sentences feel like they're dancing? That's not just accent, that's rhythm, the natural movement of sound. So here's what I want you to do. Choose a short clip of someone speaking. English, maybe a movie line, a podcast moment, a YouTube short. Don't try to understand it first. Just listen. Close your eyes. Hear the flow, the pauses, the emotion. Then try copying it, not word by word, but sound by sound. You're not learning what they say, you're learning how they say it. For example, if someone says, "Hey, how are you doing today?" Feel how the tone rises at how and softens at today. It's like a wave, up, then down. English moves like that. It breathes. Repeat it softly. Don't force it. Don't push. Just let the rhythm carry you. You might sound funny at first. That's okay. Every artist sounds strange before they master their art, because what you're really doing here is teaching your tongue, your voice, your breath to move with English naturally. And when that happens, even your simple sentences start sounding confident, alive, real. Here's a trick I used when I was learning. I'd play my favorite movie scenes, just 10 or 15 seconds, and I'd close my eyes and sing along with the speech. Not exactly singing, but feeling the melody behind the words. And slowly, my speech started to sound smoother, not fake, not forced, just natural. You can do this too. Every day, pick one line, just one. Listen to it 5 times. Repeat it 5 times. And don't think of it as study. Think of it as music practice. Because that's what English really is, music with meaning. You'll start to notice something beautiful after a few days. When you speak, people will start listening differently. Your voice will sound calmer, more confident. You'll stop rushing through words and start enjoying them. You'll pause at the right places. You'll smile as you speak. And that's when your English will stop sounding like learning and start sounding like you. Let me tell you something. Your goal isn't to sound like a native speaker. No. Your goal is to sound like yourself, but fluent, free, full of life. Because the world doesn't need another copy. It needs your voice in English. So here's your challenge. Tonight, pick one English sentence that inspires you. Maybe from a movie, a show, or even this video. Play it again and again. Feel it. Copy it. Then close your eyes and say it like it's your own. You'll feel something shift inside you, that little spark of ownership. That's not someone else's sentence anymore. It's yours. Now you've learned 2 beautiful habits. One sentence, reflection, and sound copying. One gives you peace, the other gives you flow. Together, they make your English feel human, emotional, real, natural. You're no longer just speaking English. You're living it. You're breathing it. And I promise you, when you combine these habits with the ones before, you'll not only speak better, you'll feel better. Because speaking English isn't about impressing others. It's about expressing yourself. So take a moment, smile, whisper one line in English right now. Something simple, something true. Say it slowly, feel it, because every time you speak with emotion, you're one step closer to fluency that lasts forever. And in the next part, we'll go even deeper into the part most people avoid. The part about fear, the fear of speaking, the fear of judgment, the fear that holds your voice inside. But we're going to break that together. Because if you can sound natural, you can also sound brave. And that's what comes next. Because if you can sound natural, you can also sound brave. And bravery, that's the real secret behind fluency. It's not just about grammar or accent. It's about courage. The courage to make mistakes. The courage to sound imperfect. The courage to open your mouth and let your thoughts out, even when your heart is shaking. Let's be honest, everyone feels fear when speaking a new language. That tightness in your chest, the racing heartbeat, the voice in your head whispering, "What if I say it wrong? What if they laugh?" I know that feeling. I've been there. You stand there with all your thoughts ready, but your tongue freezes. You know what you want to say, but the words just hide somewhere inside. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't mean you're weak. Fear means you care. You care about doing it right. You care about being understood. You care about connecting. And that care, that's beautiful. That's what makes you human. So instead of trying to kill fear, I want you to walk with it, feel it, hold it. Let it stand next to you, not against you. Because when you accept fear, it loses its power. That's where Hack 7, the 10-second rule, begins. It's simple. Every time fear tries to stop you from speaking English, give yourself just 10 seconds. That's it. 10 seconds to take a breath and speak anyway. 10 seconds to be brave. Because courage doesn't last an hour. It doesn't even last a minute. Courage happens in moments. In those few seconds where your heart says no, but you whisper, "I'll do it anyway." Imagine this. You're in a cafe, and the waiter says, "Can I take your order?" Your brain panics. Your words hide. But then you remember 10 seconds. You breathe in, smile, and say, "Yes, I'll have a coffee, please." And just like that, fear breaks a little. Next time, it'll be easier. Because courage, just like language, grows with use. I remember the first time I spoke to someone in English outside the classroom. My hands were shaking. My voice cracked. I made mistakes in every sentence. But the person smiled. They understood me anyway. And that moment, that tiny, imperfect, human moment, changed everything. It showed me that fluency isn't about perfect English. It's about real connection. And connection happens when you stop hiding. So here's what I want you to remember. Mistakes don't make you weak. They make you brave. Every mistake you make is proof that you tried. And trying is always more powerful than silence. Here's Hack 8, the mirror talk. Stand in front of a mirror once a day. Look at yourself, really look, and say something in English, anything. Start with your name. "Hi, I'm your name. I'm learning English, and I'm proud of myself." It doesn't matter if your pronunciation isn't perfect. It doesn't matter if you forget words. What matters is that you speak to yourself with love. When you speak in front of a mirror, you're training more than your mouth. You're training your mind. You're teaching yourself to see your own voice, to own your space, to be okay with being seen. At first, it might feel strange. You might even laugh. That's okay. That's the fear leaving your body. But after a few days, something magical will happen. You'll start to believe the words you say. You'll see confidence in your eyes. You'll see strength in your voice. You'll realize, I don't need to sound like anyone else. I just need to sound like me. When you say, I'm proud of myself, don't rush it. Let the words sink in. Feel them in your chest. Because when you believe in your voice, others will believe it too. Here's something no one tells you. Confidence doesn't come before speaking. It comes from speaking. Every time you speak, even for 10 seconds, you're building a little more of it. There's a moment, it happens quietly, almost secretly, when fear starts to fade. You don't even realize it at first. One day you just notice your hands aren't shaking anymore. Your words are flowing easier. You're not worrying about being perfect. You're just enjoying the conversation. That's not luck. That's growth. That's you transforming. I want you to imagine this. You're standing in front of someone, maybe a stranger, maybe a friend. You're about to speak English. You feel your heart race, just like before, but this time you smile. You remember all those mirror talks, those little 10-second moments of courage. You take a breath and speak, and your voice comes out steady, calm, real. That's what fluency feels like. Not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. Because courage isn't the opposite of fear. Courage is speaking despite fear. And one day soon, you'll look back and realize that trembling voice, those tiny moments of bravery, they built the person you are today. Now, before we move to the next part, I want you to say something out loud, right now. Say it slowly, with all your heart. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm proud of myself. That's it. Feel that sentence. Let it sit inside you. That's not just English. That's healing. That's strength. Because once you stop fighting fear, you start flying. And in the next part, we'll take that new courage and turn it into something even more powerful. Real conversation. The kind that connects you with people, opens doors, builds confidence that never fades. Because brave voices don't just speak, they connect. And that's where we go next. Because brave voices don't just speak, they connect. They build bridges between hearts, between dreams, between people who once thought they were too different to understand each other. And that, my friend, is where true fluency begins. Not just in your tongue, but in your soul. You've come so far. You've faced your fear. You've trained your mind. You've built courage, sentence by sentence. But now, it's time to stay fluent, not for a day, not for a week, but forever. Because real fluency isn't something you learn once, it's something you live. Let's start with hack 9, the immersion trick. The secret isn't more study, it's more exposure. The more you surround yourself with English, the less your brain treats it like a foreign language. It becomes a part of your world, your thoughts, your identity. Change your phone to English. Watch YouTube videos with English subtitles. Listen to songs and podcasts, not to understand every word, but to feel the rhythm, the emotion behind it. When you wake up, read one English quote. When you eat, think in English for a minute. When you scroll through your phone, notice the English around you. It's everywhere. Let it become the background music of your life. You don't need to force learning anymore. Just live inside English. Let it breathe around you, touch you, guide you. Because your brain learns best through love, not pressure. Through curiosity, not fear. And you'll see, one day, without even realizing it, you'll start dreaming in English. You'll start replying automatically when someone speaks to you. You'll watch a movie and suddenly realize you didn't translate a single word. That's the moment you'll smile and whisper to yourself, I did it. But wait, there's one last key. The one that makes fluency permanent. The one that transforms what you know into what you own. That's hack 10, teach to remember. If you want to master something, teach it. If you want to remember it forever, share it. Because when you explain something in English, even something small, your brain lights up in a new way. You stop being just a learner. You become a communicator. Try this. After learning a new phrase, tell a friend what it means in English. Or record yourself explaining it to your future self. You'll see the magic. The moment you teach, your mind organizes your thoughts, your confidence expands, and your English becomes yours, not something borrowed from books or teachers, but something born inside you. I remember when I started helping my friends who were struggling with English. I wasn't fluent yet, not even close, but each time I explained a little phrase, each time I helped them understand a word, I was actually teaching myself. And with every explanation, my fear faded, my voice grew stronger, my confidence became real. That's the real secret. You don't learn English alone. You grow through people, through sharing, through mistakes, through laughter. So don't wait until you're ready. Start today. Teach what you know, even if it's just one phrase, because fluency isn't a destination. It's a circle of giving. Now, take a deep breath. You've made it through all 10 hacks. 10 small steps that, together, built something powerful inside you. A new version of yourself. The version that doesn't translate in fear. The version that doesn't hesitate to speak. The version that believes, truly believes, that English isn't impossible anymore. You've worked for this. You've earned this. And if no one told you today, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of every time you tried, even when your voice shook. I'm proud of every moment you failed, then stood back up. I'm proud of every small step that brought you here right now. Listening, learning, and growing. You're not just learning English. You're building confidence, courage, and a story worth telling. So here's my last challenge for you. Not a hack, but a promise. Promise yourself that you'll never stop speaking, never stop trying, even when it feels messy, even when you forget words, even when no one's watching. Keep going, because every word you speak brings you closer to the person you're meant to become. Every sentence you say plants a seed of courage inside someone else who's afraid to speak. That's the beauty of it. Your voice has power, not just to express, but to inspire. So when this video ends, don't let your journey end with it. Go, find someone, and speak. Teach one thing you learned today. Share one hack, one phrase, one story. And when you do, remember this. Fluency isn't about sounding like a native. It's about sounding like yourself, confident, real, alive, because your voice matters, and the world is waiting to hear it. Now tell me, which hack will you start today? The one-word swap, the mirror talk, or maybe teaching someone your favorite phrase. Whatever you choose, I'll be cheering for you, always. You've done something incredible today. You've started a journey most people are too afraid to begin, and that makes you brave. That makes you different. That makes you unstoppable. So, take this final breath with me. Feel it. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. The beginning of a fluent, fearless, and beautifully confident you. Now go, speak, live, because the world deserves to hear your voice.